Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a fragrance from the house of Carolina Herrera. So in today's video we have CH by Carolina Herrera. This is the Eau de Parfum. This is what the bottle looks like. This is a newer version, just so you are aware. The old one did have the CH embossed into the leather here. I'm assuming this is not real leather, but this is what the bottle looks like. It is a red leather round bottle itself with your little charm here that says a CH on it. You also get the CH at the top here for the logo. You get nothing on the cap and nothing on the inside of the cap. The sprayer is going to be fairly nice, but nothing to write home about. So this fragrance was launched in 2007, and it is a fragrance that, is very much reminiscent of that time period. This fragrance is going to have your fresh citric elements at the top, your very lightweight type of smell with a touch of floral in there as well. So it's a light chypre floral fragrance. It is a nice one. I will say that it is a crowd pleaser. I think Carolina Herrera does something very well where they decided to make crowd-pleasing fragrances. We've seen that with Good Girl. We've seen that with CH Privé. We've seen that with a lot of different fragrances from the house of Carolina Herrera. She's very good at picking out fragrances that are going to be likable, that are going to sell quite a bit, but that doesn't mean necessarily that they are unique. This one itself, like I said, being from 2007, is very reminiscent of that time period, which is that quiet luxury type of feel, that very turtleneck vibe that you would get back in the luxurious days of the 2000s or the early 2000s. The issue with it is it kind of gets lost in the sea of older fragrances, and we've seen a lot of the fragrances from the early 2000s start to get the axe and start to get discontinued. What I do like about this one itself is that it's nicer than what we're currently getting. I think we've gotten a lot of sweet, powdery type of fragrances with woody and coffee elements. And although those are nice, I mean, there is room for everyone in the perfume industry. They kind of start to blend in together, and we either get very floral, powdery fragrances, or we get sweet and soft and powdery type of fragrances with coffee elements. And I don't know about you, but I'm getting kind of tired of the fragrances that are currently being launched. And because of that, I think it's exciting to try fragrances that are a little bit older, not too old. This is almost approaching its 20-year mark, but this fragrance is still very hip. It's still very modern. It's still very wearable. It is something you can still try on today and be current. And that's the nice thing about it. Again, it's not going to be the most unique because obviously from the early 2000s, everyone did a very similar type of fragrance, which was built on a very light, airy top with very floral mid notes, and then a base with a little bit of woody elements, some amber, and some, praline or petitgrain or labdanum or something of that sort. I know that listing notes usually doesn't mean a lot for a lot of people, so just bear in mind that a lot of these notes are very much reminiscent of that time. So they're typically lighter. They're going to be a lot less heavy on the nose. They're going to be a little bit more likable. They're going to be a lot more versatile, like this fragrance is. The price of this fragrance is 130 US dollars for a 3.4 fluid ounce bottle or a 100 ml bottle. So it's not going to be breaking the bank. It's not going to be, like I said, the most current CH or Carolina Herrera fragrance that there is out there. So do keep that into consideration if you're looking at Good Girl and you like one of those more. Those are going to be a lot more current, a lot more modern. But again, they're going to be one of those fragrances that kind of blend into the crowd. Longevity on this fragrance is higher than usual. I would say that it is a fragrance that lasts quite a bit, anywhere from 6 to 7 hours. I would say that this fragrance is very versatile. You can wear it to date nights, you can wear it to the office. It's going to be a fragrance that you can wear absolutely anywhere. That's what's nice about this fragrance, because you can be so versatile with it. I think a lot of Carolina Herrera fragrances are very similar to that aspect. They are very much wearable. They are very much able to be worn everywhere at all times and still fit in. Top notes for this fragrance are going to be lemon as well as bergamot. That lemon is very prevalent in this fragrance. It's going to carry the entire top with the bergamot, but the lemon is more zesty in this. It's a lot more of a sweet type lemon. I know that doesn't make any sense, but if you've ever eaten lemons, like I eat them raw, there are lemons that kind of have a sweet taste to them, and that's kind of what we're getting in this fragrance. Then in the middle notes, we're going to get Bulgarian rose, as well as sambac jasmine, cedarwood and patchouli, as well as cinnamon. and praline. So the praline in this fragrance is also very prevalent. If you don't know what praline is, it's a concoction of different nuts such as hazelnuts, walnuts, pecans, and they usually have sugar in them, and they kind of make kind of like a candy-like substance. And I would say it's kind of like a caramelized nut with sugar, and you kind of get that in this fragrance. If you've ever smelt it, it is very prevalent in this fragrance. The patchouli is very nice in this because it kind of adds an element of contrast. Patchouli is typically a note that is a star on its own. This one is actually a very nice middle ground contrasting note that really balances out this fragrance and makes it likable. You also get amber, cashmere, and musk, which cashmere was a very common note for the early 2000s, as well as white musk or musk. You also get the ambery touches, which is another very common trend in the early 2000s. It was a time that I loved light, airy scents that weren't too heavy, but still had some floral touches. And this one, like I said, is very much in line with that time period. Do I recommend this fragrance? Yes, I do recommend this fragrance. The thing about it is, I would recommend it to someone who's actually going to enjoy having something that's very reminiscent of the early 2000s, as it is a fragrance that is very much stuck in that time. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts on this fragrance are. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know all of that down below. Let me know if there's another CH or Carolina Herrera fragrance that you would like me to review. And also make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fragrance related content. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.